Welcome back to my Keep Up channel. Holly Willoughby's This Morning return falls flat. Beleaguered ITV fails to win over viewers who slam cringe musical opening after bosses pinned hopes of the show surviving on her comeback in the wake of Phillip Schofield's scandal. ITV viewers today blasted Holly Willoughby's musical return to This Morning as peak cringe as the show faces a make-or-break battle for survival following the Phillip Schofield scandal. The 42-year-old, smiling effusively in a black and white polka dot dress, was seen dancing along to a rendition of ABBA's Dancing Queen by the cast of Mamma Mia! The Party before embracing her fellow presenter Alison Hammond. But fans were less than convinced about the show of forced bonhomie to mark the end of Holly's 8-week summer break at her luxury villa in Portugal, with one complaining, "It's too early for this cringe fest." Once considered a crown jewel of ITV's schedule, This Morning now faces an uncertain future following Schofield's departure in May after he admitted to an unwise but not illegal affair with a much younger male colleague. It has now emerged that the show has poached the boss of its rival Channel 4 daytime series Steph's packed lunch as it awaits the results of an external investigation into complaints about the network's toxic working culture. Vivek Sharma has been hired from the lunchtime show hosted by Steph McGovern to work closely with Under Fire This Morning editor Martin Frizzle. Producers will be desperate to recapture some of This Morning's pre-Schofield scandal magic, but reactions to today's opening scene suggest they are a long way off winning over viewers. One wrote, "If there's a more cringe-inducing show than #This Morning I'd like to know." A second said, "They couldn't have possibly opened the show worse than this," as another asked, "What on earth is this fresh hell?" Others branded it a cringe fest and peak cringe, while another wrote, "I've had surgeries more enjoyable than this." But others came to Holly's defense and praised her return, with one person writing, "Love these two. Finally, can enjoy this #This Morning again. Jealous trolls just stop." Another agreed, tweeting, "Welcome back at Holly Will's #This Morning," and a third echoed, #This Morning loving Alison and Holly presenting together. Holly took to her Instagram ahead of the show to display her outfit and to express her excitement to be returning. She wrote, "And just like that, it's back to school, can't wait to see you at This Morning." Today, body language expert Darren Stanton that Holly seemed unsure during her first show back, while Alison made presenting look easy and effortless. Speaking on behalf of Spin Genie, Darren picked up on Holly's body language, explaining that she was fidgeting on camera, which is a sign of impatience and nervousness. He then explained that he saw the presenter tilting away from Alison when sitting on the sofa, suggesting she finds Alison's presence overpowering. Darren said, "Alison comes across as super relaxed, comfortable and confident. She makes it look easy and effortless. It's clear Holly depends on her co-hosts when she is presenting, but Alison could own the room." When the pair were standing up and speaking to the camera, Alison had her hands down to her front, while Holly had her hands to the side as well as touching her fingers. This fidgeting is a sign of impatience and nervousness. She definitely comes across as nervous, unsettled and unsure. It's clear it's very much new to her and she's still adjusting. Alison is quite animated, she comes across as super confident, but when Holly sits next to her on the sofa as they present as a duo, we see Holly tilting herself away to the left. This suggests she finds Alison's presence a bit overpowering. It's a way of saying, "This is too much for me." Alison is loud, bubbly, and confident, and she's also tactile with Holly. She has very strong eye contact with her. She's often making jokes and touching her hand a couple of times. This is to show she is here to support Holly. He went on to explain, she wants to make her feel supported. Holly hasn't yet made that gesture with Alison, and that tells me Alison has a much stronger authenticity and rapport with Holly than she has with her. I have seen Holly masking a couple of her smiles. This doesn't suggest she was lying, but she could be wanting to put on a front to protect how she's feeling. It shows she isn't completely comfortable on the sofa. She also displayed a twitching gesture with her fingers, which suggests she wasn't feeling completely secure at that moment. The poaching of top TV executive Vivek Sharma Channel 4 has prompted speculation among This Morning staff that the role of Mr. Frizzle, the show's long-serving boss, may be under threat. An ITV source said, "It came as a bit of a shock to some that Vivek was hired to work alongside Martin. They have known one another for some time and have worked together too. But that timing, as the outcome of the investigation is expected, has meant there is lots of talk of people's futures. You can't help but wonder if the findings from the review don't go the way ITV hope, then Vivek might get the big job at This Morning." ITV's head of daytime Emma Gormley, chief executive Dame Carolyn McCall and her deputy Kevin Ligo are also under threat of losing their jobs following the Schofield scandal. Ms. Willoughby, 42, is said to be delighted to have her close friend Alison Hammond present This Morning with her, as she is given the reins to lead the show after co-presenting with Schofield for 14 years until he left in May. She is hosting with Dermot O'Leary, Josie Gibson and Craig Doyle, while Welsh heartthrob presenter Steve Jones will appear on the sofa in the not-too-distant future, with ITV bosses excited about their on-screen chemistry. Sources close to Ms. Willoughby, who has spent the summer at her lavish villa in Portugal, yesterday said she was excited to return. They add she has ridden the storm but is aware she has a huge responsibility on her shoulders. There are deep-rooted fears among bosses that they are not out of the woods yet, as the results of the Schofield inquiry are anticipated this month, which executives know they will have to publish in full. Today, Ms. Willoughby will be a guest at the National Television Awards, despite not being shortlisted for Best Presenter, although This Morning is up for Best Daytime Show. Schofield resigned from This Morning in May. He admitted he had had a relationship with a much younger man who worked with him on the show, and later lying about it. In a bombshell statement to the Daily Mail, the veteran TV presenter admitted that he and the man began a relationship that was more than a friendship. The ex-TV presenter describes this as unwise but not illegal. Schofield further confessed that he lied to his employer ITV, to his colleagues, his friends and his agents at the management firm YMU. The scandal created a state of disarray for the show, with it triggering ongoing allegations of a toxic culture behind the scenes. An independent inquiry into the Schofield scandal remains ongoing, with Eamon Holmes yet to be questioned despite being one of his most vocal critics. According to The Sun, Jane Mulcahy KC has not quizzed the former This Morning hosts, despite the findings set to be published very soon. In the months surrounding the scandal, This Morning faced questions about exactly what they knew of the affair, leading to the broadcaster announcing they were bringing the KC to carry out an external review to establish the facts. A source told the publication, "Eamon has extensive knowledge of the atmosphere at This Morning and has said before he thought Phil's affair was covered up. The fact he's not been approached is leading to confusion, as he could be key in helping engender change at ITV." Before adding, "If he and Ruth aren't asked about what they know, it appears the investigation into This Morning and what went on may not be as thorough as people first believed it would be." Mail Online contacted Eamon's reps for comment. Meanwhile, Holly has reportedly already spoken to the barrister in charge of the independent inquiry. It is said that the host, 42, has fully complied and cooperated with everything that has been asked of her by the KC, reports the Mirror. A source said, "Holly was more than happy to do what was asked of her, and explain her position, and what she knew, and what she didn't." Jane Mulcahy KC has been drafted in to lead the external review of the facts surrounding the scandal and is expected to publish her findings in September. It's said that Holly is one of a number of people who work at This Morning who've assisted Jane with her inquiries. Meanwhile, senior ITV executives, including boss Kevin Ligo, have also been spoken to amid the ongoing inquiry. Speaking at the Edinburgh TV Festival earlier this month, the ITV managing director said, she, Mulcahy, has been talking to everybody involved. They take your phone and look at every single text you've ever sent, email, WhatsApp. So, everything is available, lots of interviews, talking to everybody, and I hope as soon as possible, but probably in September, she will make that public." Addressing how ITV handles duty of care, he added, "We do, trust me, take it incredibly seriously. We haven't got anything to hide, and if we can adapt and change our process to make it better, then we should do it on a continuing basis." ITV bosses have been under pressure to admit what they knew and when about the veteran presenter's fling with a much younger colleague. They previously refused to answer questions from the Mail about the investigation they claimed to have carried out in 2020 and over whether a new probe would be opened. Earlier this year, in ITV's first concession of potential wrongdoing over the scandal, Personnel Chief David Osborne has informed staff of the review, hoping to quell growing discontent. Under Fire Chief Executive Carolyn McCall sent an almost identical letter to Culture Secretary Lucy Fraser, Culture Committee Chairman Dame Caroline Dinage and TV regulator Ofcom. Dame Carolyn wrote, "You will have seen the significant media coverage concerning Phillip Schofield. As you would expect, we take the matter extremely seriously and have reviewed our own records over the weekend." She said ITV investigated when rumors of a relationship between Phillip Schofield and an employee of ITV first began to circulate in late 2019/early 2020. Her letter went on, both parties were questioned then, and both categorically and repeatedly denied the rumors. In addition, ITV spoke to a number of people who worked on the This Morning and wider daytime team and were not provided with and did not find any evidence of a relationship beyond hearsay and rumor. Given the ongoing rumors, we continued to ask questions of both parties, who both continued to deny the rumors, including as recently as this month. But this week, sources close to the former production assistant said he insisted he was never asked about the relationship by ITV. Further questions emerged when Eamon Holmes, who presented the Friday edition of This Morning until 2021, claimed the young lover was ferried to work from Schofield's home in ITV taxis, after the assistant and Schofield enjoyed playtime Thursdays. Dame Carolyn's letter ended, "We have now instructed Jane Mulcahy KC, Blackstone Chambers, to carry out an external review to establish the facts. She will review our records and talk to people involved. This work will also consider our relevant processes, and whether we need to change or strengthen any." Ms. Mulcahy, 62, earlier this year represented the England and Wales Cricket Board as it brought a charge of alleged racism against former England captain Michael Vaughan, who was later cleared. She also acted for former BBC China editor Carrie Gracie in her successful equal pay fight. It was recently reported that Schofield has hired a team of wealth management accountants to look after his finances after he admitted his beloved TV career is over. Records at Companies House suggest that the This Morning star's financial affairs will now be managed by Segello, a London-based firm that helps clients with a high net worth grow their wealth. The presenter admitted he would likely never work in TV again, admitting in an interview he had lost everything following the exposure of his unwise but not illegal affair with a much younger colleague, plunging ITV into a crisis. Working in television. His real estate firm Fistel Properties Ltd is registered with the company's London office and will likely become his primary source of income now, the Mirror reports. On Segello's website, it claims to be defined by its financial and wealth management. It tells prospective clients, "Our vision is a service that is more professional, more personal, and more efficient, a service that is delivered by talented, dedicated, and highly qualified people who share this vision, always aiming to reduce your stress and give you peace of mind." Whether you're a successful entrepreneur or business owner, or you're starting out on your own, it's never too early to seek sound advice. Whatever stage of your business journey you're at, we're here to support you. By helping you to accumulate or preserve wealth, we ensure you have the confidence to face life's big moments, now and in the future. Schofield's business affairs were previously managed by YMU, who helped craft his career and make him millions. Source: dailymail.co.uk. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.